What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Hi. Don't worry about this little interruption. It's gonna be a quick interruption. This video was filmed 6 months ago. I never got around to editing it, and I'm just not getting around to editing it in August. So yeah, just thought I would let you guys know that it's been 6 months. If I say something in the video that doesn't pertain to now, or the next video you see doesn't look the same, my whole room has changed, I've redecorated, do not worry. It was filmed 6 months ago and I just never got around to editing it because I'm a procrastinator and I don't like editing, so let's go hand in hand. And yeah, it's just been 6 months since it was filmed. I decided, unlike the last time where it was like I did the Chandra Levy and then I did a 3-part series, then a video in between, I think I'm going to do for the Sandra Bland series, I'm going to do one video of hers and then a video in between. So today's video, by the way, if you hear mowing outside, my dad is mowing. He decided to mow today. I am talking about my paranormal experiences. If you came from my other channel, I had another channel prior to this one that was really I think one of my last videos was talking about my paranormal experiences. I'll go look. So more recently I've had one, but there have been some weird things to happen. Okay, so my aunt on my dad's side is a preacher, so whenever she comes up from where she lives, she blesses the house, and every time she blesses the house, something odd happens. The last time she blessed our house, which was the last time our house was blessed, if you came from my other channel, you know this story. I've told it once before. Actually, I've told it twice on my other channel. I'm going to tell it again because some of you might not be from that channel. That was a very traumatic experience for me because there was just so much that went on and happened that summer that this happened. Noises, I would hear people downstairs and there'd be nobody there. Or I would be in my room and I would hear somebody walk into my room. I'd hear somebody say my name from my parents' room, which is across the hallway from me. But I'm about to say, freaked me out the most because it happened during summer. So of course, I was staying up to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And this happened one night that I went to bed early. I went to bed around 2:30ish, which is early. That was early for me at the time. My bed was in the corner of my room. It's no longer in the corner of my room. I don't do that. It freaks me out now to have my bed in the corners of the room. So now it's in the middle of my room. But when I had my bed in this corner of the room, my one end of my cover would always hang off a little lower than the other half because there's always a desk at this end and this end. And I was getting ready to go to bed. I was on my side facing the wall. Getting ready to go to bed, and I was trying to pull the covers up on this side. So on my right side I was trying to pull the covers up and it wouldn't pull up, and I was like, okay, my dog's on my covers. But that's odd because I didn't hear her walk in my room from my parents' room. And I sat up and I saw what looked like a person at the end of my bed. A little preface on this part. If you came from my old channel, you know about this. I have not had this kind of experience since then. The only other time I've had an experience like this was a dream. It was a nightmare. It's never happened since, and I don't talk about this one experience anymore because it's so traumatizing and it's so freaky, and every time I talk about it I get a really bad feeling. So while I was filming this video, I want everybody to know I'm very uncomfortable talking about this one experience. But it wasn't like a human that was at a healthy weight. It looked like a human that was very frail. You could see its spine, you could see its bones. It was bald and it had scrubs on, which was very odd. I was and every time I explain this to somebody, I'm it looks like somebody from a mental asylum. So I remember freaking out, throwing the covers over me and just crying myself to sleep. Now fast forward, that happened 3 years ago, so it's been 3 years since this happened. And our house has not been blessed since. So nobody's blessed our house since then. And my brother, who's a preacher, when I told him about what I saw, he was like, that's a demon. So I did what he said, and I said, I opened all doors and windows of my house, and I said, in Jesus' name, I rebuke you, Satan. And I will tell you, honestly, the truth, I was home alone by myself when I did it. The front door slammed shut, our back door slammed shut, and our sliding glass door started to slide shut. And that freaked me out the most because I was like, that's heavy. The front door and back door I could explain, like, wind, but not the sliding glass door. So after that, not a lot of weird things happened. As you all know, we were in a global pandemic, a panorama, whatever the hell you want to call it, last year, which meant that a lot of us were staying home. Well, my brother's church didn't really follow the guidelines of that. So every weekend that he had his daughter, her and I would stay here at my house, and we would sit outside around a fire, and we would do homework, and we would be here by ourselves at my house till, wow, something just shook the room below me. From like, we'd be by ourselves from like 6:30 to like 11:30, like. And one night we have like motion sensor lights on our back porch. It was just me and her out there. We were 20 feet away from these lights. The dog was already in the house. My cat was in my room upstairs. It freaks me out to think of this because my niece Anna, who has been in my videos, in my first video ever where I'm like, get to know me, she was the one asking me questions. Like, that's who I'm talking about. She's never really experienced anything paranormal with me. I've always told her about them, but I watched this motion sensor light and I was like, oh, it's probably just a bug. It went on, went off, went on, went off, and I was like, that's odd, but thought nothing of it until we heard somebody walking in the house. Keep in mind, we're about 20 feet away. That's a little weird. We get in the house, we look around. Her mom calls her. I found this very odd. Her mom calls her. Her mom's like, what are you doing? And Anna, of course, tells her mom what we're doing. Like, we're looking, we thought we heard somebody in the house. And her mom's like, okay, well, just be careful. And I said, the last time any of this happened, you know, I did what her dad had told me. So I said, go open the back door. She went, ran, opened the back door. We opened the front door, and I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. The front door does this. Like, it wavered, and then it shut. The back door didn't shut. So, keep in mind, this was a year ago, so whatever was in this house did not fully leave. But at the same time, I think what evil was here did, what good was here didn't. Because it leads into my story that happened 2 weeks ago. I want to say something really quick about what I meant about I thought the evil that was in the house left and the good didn't. I have explained on my previous channel, I think one time on this channel, maybe not, that I experienced seeing my dead sister in my parents' room across the hall. That has never happened to me since, and that was right before I saw the person at the edge of my bed, and before I like expelled that. Like, that, all of what I just said happened prior to me being like, get the hell out of my house. This second time, and I still believe this, there is nothing entirely wrong with the house other than when I am by myself do I feel like there is something in the house. I am home alone right now while editing this video because my mom is at work, and I know for a fact I'm home alone because my dog has been running up and down the stairs. My cat is outside and every room downstairs is empty. But I have a weird feeling, and especially editing a paranormal experiences video makes it even more of a feeling. But whatever evil was in this house a year ago, or a year and a half ago at this point, isn't here anymore. There's just nothing here. And the only thing that I know that is still here, and I feel it in my bones, in my soul that is here, is good. So I just want to preface that the reason me saying it was like that was just a little weird. Back to the story. So every Saturday, my parents go to church. I stay here because I don't want to go to church. My reasons for not going to church are very different than most people would think. I just don't agree with what is said at my brother's church. So I was sitting in our living room, and when you walk into our living room, there are 3 doorways on this side. There's one that we call the pretty room, which is the room underneath my room. The reason it's called the pretty room is because it has all the pretties. It has really nice furniture in it. Which means that the kids are not, like, kids, like, 8 and under aren't really allowed to go in there because, like, there's a lot of pretties in there. And then there's the door that leads upstairs and the door to my brother's old room. Now, the door to upstairs, my room, my parents' room, the hallway, everything, there's a door always closed. My brother's room, door's always closed. But the pretty room has like, used to have double doors, it doesn't anymore because my mom and dad got rid of them. It is pitch black in this room at 9:30, or not even 9, I think it was like 10:30 at night. I'm sitting watching Bones on our 65-inch TV that's downstairs because like I never get the big TV to myself. And I feel as if someone is watching me from that room. Like where our couch is, it's like diagonal to the doorway of the pretty room. And I'm like, I feel like somebody's watching me. This isn't normal. I shouldn't be necessarily like feeling like somebody's watching me. I know I'm home alone. I know for a fact there's nobody here. So I continue to watch Bones. Like, I mean, continue to watch the TV with that feeling that somebody's watching me. When out of the corner of my eye, and I swear to you, I see somebody walk from, we'll take my room account. I'm on this side of my room. So if somebody, like, it's from like somebody walked from that corner, the back corner over there, across the room to this corner. That is what I saw in the pretty room because it's the same size. And it wasn't a black shadow. It was a white shadow. So I immediately text my best friend. And hold on, I will find the conversations. I text Shelby. I was like, I saw something in the pretty room and I'm home alone. She goes, girl, go to dad's, LMAO, run. Her dad, of course, lives across the street. I wasn't meant to leave my dog and my cat here alone with whatever was in that room. And I told her it was like a mist more than anything. So I saw a mist walk across the room. It was white and not black. And I have a really big fear of like shadow people. I don't know what it is. Probably because like Corey Shear had the Shadow Man following him for the longest time, and any video I watched with him, Sam and Colby, it freaked me out, okay? I just didn't want to see the Shadow Man. But whatever walked across this room, it didn't necessarily make me terrified. Like, I've had a moment, I think I talked about it, where I was like leaving my room and I could see into my parents' room and I saw my dead sister. Now, that feeling was terror. Like when I saw my dead sister and when I turned my head to look at her, it freaked me out because like, she's supposed to be dead, but not only that, I didn't get the calm feeling that I did with this mist. When I saw my sister, I was terrified because that was not my sister. I knew that immediately. But whatever it was in that room a couple weekends ago, I don't know what it was, but it was not evil. I sat in the living room after seeing it for 10 minutes before I decided to text my mom. And I said, when are you guys coming home? My mom calls me. She's like, hey, what's wrong? And I'm like, okay, I just saw something in the pretty room. Like, I don't necessarily feel safe in the house right now because, like, I swear to God, I saw someone move from one corner to the other corner. My dad's in the car with her. He goes, okay, if anything else happens, leave the animals and go to your sister's. Sorry for all the interruptions in this video of editing, Sarah. It has bothered me that I haven't said this yet in the video, or I might be getting ready to say it. What I saw in the pretty room, which is the room below my room, still freaks me out to this day because what I didn't say in the video was that it wasn't only a mist, it was like a 3D mist. So like it was in the shape of a person, it was 3D. I'm pretty sure I could fucking touch it if I wanted to. Sorry for my language in this video, it's very different than my other ones, but this is the one thing that freaks me out. Sorry, I feel like I was being watched. I hate that. And I'm gonna say this. Whatever was in that room freaked me out so bad. I'm now gonna have to move off this couch to edit the rest of the video. But, okay, I used the last clip because I feel like I need to, because this is a paranormal experience video. I need to say this. When I was on the phone with my parents during this phone call, I literally remember telling my mom, I feel like somebody's in the pretty room, just letting you know. She literally said, okay, like, and I'd say what my dad just said. He said, if anything else happens, go to my brother and sister-in-law's across, my sister and brother-in-law's house across the road. I was like, yeah, if anything happens, I'm gonna go. I hung up the phone with my parents, and immediately, but I don't think I've mentioned this, I did just say that I feel like the evil left. After I hung up the phone with my parents, something felt wrong, and I immediately burst into tears. Just thought I'd let you guys know. Dad, if I don't say that in the video, I said it now. My sister lives across the street with Shelby's dad, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll leave the house. Like, I remember telling them, like, I'll leave the house. I was like, don't leave our animals. And I was like, in a matter of life and death, I think I'm gonna worry about me a little bit more, but of course, still worry about the animals. They get home within 15-20 minutes of me ending the call. Nothing else happens to me that night until I go to bed. Now, I'm a really big believer on everything happens for a reason, and spiders, I've done research, are like signs of the paranormal. And when I tell you, I get into bed, pulling the covers, like getting me ready, I look at the end of my bed, because it was in this corner a week ago. A week ago, yesterday, it was against this wall, and I was getting ready, going to bed, looked at the end of my bed and saw a fucking spider. Sorry for my language, but a fucking spider. Okay, I'm like, okay, nah, I freak out. I go to bed crying after I kill the spider. I'm like, no. I think spiders like are connected to the paranormal world. I think I've seen that somewhere. But since that weekend, I've had like really weird like things happen. Like, I have lights, like Christmas lights around my doorway that I just haven't taken down since Christmas, because I thought, why would be the point? I put them up every year. And they have held for almost 7 months with only tape. And recently they started to fall. And I'm like, that could just be the tape. The tape is still very sticky, and it seems like someone is like grabbing it and pulling it. That's what it looks like every time it falls. I've had things just disappear. Like, I couldn't find my rings the other day. Like, I was gonna wear certain rings. Could not find them for the life of me until yesterday. Okay? I'd have like things hanging on my wall that would just fall. You know, like, and I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and like, there is another side. There's something paranormal. Like, we don't know what happens after death, but like, some of this stuff that's been happening to me is very minimal and very odd, and it's only been happening after I see the mist. And I know that once I get this video out onto YouTube, more weird shit is going to happen, because every time I make a video talking about my paranormal experiences, more paranormal experiences happen. Which brings me to my next point. I'm a big fan of watching 3 a.m. challenges. One of my favorite 3 a.m. challenges is the Midnight Man. Which, of course, I don't actually watch everybody do it. The only people I've watched do it are like Sam Goldbach and his friends, and those videos are really entertaining to me. But I don't want to do them in my house. Somebody's here. That's what shook the camera. I don't want to do them in my house. I sure as hell don't do them in my best friend's house. So, what game should I do that won't necessarily haunt my house, but like still kind of give me a paranormal vibe? You know what I mean? So if you guys know any, please comment down below. But here are my parameters of what I will not do. I will sure as hell never touch the Ouija board in my life. I will not play anything that is similar to the Ouija board. I will not be summoning anything. None of that ish. Okay? I've played Bloody Mary. I've played the Baby Blue game. You know what I mean? Like, I've played those games, and it's nothing compared to like the Midnight Man and stuff like that. So if you know any, also, I know that I said that the Midnight Man is one of my favorites, but I will not be playing it. I will not be playing any 3 a.m. challenge that requires me to like poke myself and put blood on a paper. That is just creepy in my mind. But if it ever comes to that and you guys see me do a Midnight Man game, just comment on that video and be like, you changed your mind, what's wrong with you? But yeah, those are my somewhat new paranormal experiences. And I also don't know what 3 a.m. challenges you guys would like to see, because when I switched over to this account, to this channel, I basically rebranded everything I was going to do. On my old account, I was posting vlogs, whatever basically I wanted. I didn't like that format, so I decided to change it and only do true crime and paranormal. That was my big thing. So comment down below if you know any good 3 a.m. challenges, and comment down below if you'd like to see another paranormal experience video if I have any more. So peace. Love you guys. Before this video actually ends, I want to give a little statement. I kind of forgot that in this video I said I would love to know any 3 a.m. challenges, or that didn't require me poking myself, putting blood in a paper. I still want that. Comment down below if you know any of them. But rude, I'm trying to film. Biggest thing is doing 3 a.m. challenges now. My nephew just moved into our house, so I couldn't really do 3 a.m. challenges. And the only time I'd be able to do 3 a.m. challenges with my busy schedule on Saturday nights. And the problem with that is my parents are asleep, my nephew's asleep, I'd be the only one awake. So maybe after I graduate high school in May, I could probably get Steven, my other nephew, to do some crap like that. And or maybe G, which is the nephew that just moved in, and maybe Shelby. It really depends. So I hope you guys really want to see that, and comment down below anything you know. The only ones I really know are the ones Sam Wolbach did, such as the Midnight Man, the 13 Mile road thing. I'm trying to think of the other ones he did. It's been so long I haven't watched his in forever. But yeah, just letting you guys know. Comment down below if you know any. So yeah.